Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Abel's here. Happy September. As you may know, it's getting a little chilly outside now, and I'm a little worried about my plants because, fall is coming, and then after that, it's winter time in Canada. So today's episode, I'm going to share with you the growing medium that I'm using. And join me because I'm going to repot some plants that I propagated. Hi guys, forgive me. I am lowering my head because I don't know if you can see me. So today's episode, I am going to be showing you the growing medium that I'm using and how I repotted my plants. So let's jump into it. So guys, before we start, I want to show you this Coco coir that I'm using. It comes in a very, very thick and very heavy Coco coir mix. It's actually pretty heavy. It's 9 pounds. When you take a piece of Coco coir and place it in, whatever sink or basin, and then just leave it there for about 10 or 15 minutes, I guess, and just soak it with water. Whenever you repot, make sure just get not too much, because this is compressed, and once you place it in the water, it will swell or it will pump like a lot, and you'll be able to use a lot. It's very popular into nurseries. They're using this one for their propagation and stuff. And I found Coco coir best in philodendron. That's how I notice into my plants, especially when I'm propagating my plants. Let's take this aside for a bit because, I don't want to knock this down and I'll make a lot of mess in here. So what I do, I have a basin in here. If you don't have a basin at home, you can always use your sink, but make sure there is a draining because you don't want to, let the excess go through in the hole. I have a basin, and then I have, of course, the plants. You've already seen this one, and I actually made a video for this on, I believe, second or third video that I filmed, and it's growing now, so I had to remove the lid. And I don't really water this one. It's because of the humidity inside, and that's why it helps to kind of grow. This is my alocasia. My alocasia pink. Is it pink? Yeah, I think so. And actually, I'm making a mess now. So we're in trouble. I'm gonna put that aside for a bit. So guys, you know that I posted this one on my Instagram, and it's very healthy and it's very luscious, but unfortunately I have to cut all those leaves because I don't know why. It started here. I have a lot of thrips in my plants, but then luckily I got rid some of it. Not all, but I believe it's some of it. Like, I'm not really paying attention to it anymore because it's stressful, and at the same time it's really very, very annoying. I've got a 4 pieces stem, and I wash it thoroughly. It's growing again. So yeah, I have, I don't know if you can see the roots. They're really attached to each other, and feels like it's inseparable now because of this growing medium. But once you kind of run your fingers in here and shake it a little bit, it'll it'll clean up. So maybe I'm gonna use this one over here, so to make it a little bigger. I chose to use a clear one because, I don't know, I'm kind of fascinating seeing the roots growing inside, and whenever I water it, I can see that it's watering thoroughly. So first thing, before I repot my plants and before I put this growing medium, I use a bark. You can buy this anywhere, but for the coco coir, it's hard to find. I found this in Holland. If you live in Burlington, Ontario, you know the Holland and Dundas. That's where I got this growing medium. And yeah, so I'm using the orchid bark, but before that, I always rinse it first because they can tend to get dirty and then, has a color, and once you rinse it, it rinses all the chemicals maybe that they're using. Prior to placing this one in the pot, make sure to pre-soak it. But it says here about like 12 to 24 hours prior to use, but I'm very impatient, So sometimes I don't really follow instructions, so my bad. But yeah, so I pre-soaked this first and just left it in here in the bag. So I have a little bit of, just to make sure to kind of cover up the holes of the pot, because as you can see I have some big holes in here. So I'm just filling this, and then that's where I am going to place my growing medium. And before that, if you don't want your hands to get dirty, you can always use any kind of gloves. But for me, I love to use my working gloves. I got this one from work for, access. Flip it, but if you don't care about it, you can always use bare hands. So let's get started. So first, like I said, I have my bark inside, and then I'm going to get the coco coir that I've used for the propagation. So the good thing about this, you can always reuse it, which is very efficient. So yes, I'm just gonna fill a little bit here, cover up the bark, and then I am going to place this little guy. If you don't want to put any bark on, you can always mix this coco coir with perlite, those white, it's like a stone. Yeah, just to get some good aeration whenever you're watering it, so the water won't stay in the pot, and so that you don't get any root rot for your plant. So I'm just taking some from this basin. I don't really fill much on top, as long as you covered the root, that matters. This is my philodendron verrucosum. I had to place this one in the jar just for an experiment. I can see the roots in here, they are growing at the back, but I have to remove it in here now because I don't know, I feel like they're not really, this is not really growing the way it should be or the way that I want it to be. So I have to repot it. I'm gonna get my basin. Ooh. So like I said, guys, I don't really water this one in the bottle. I'm just letting it grow as it is. And the humidity inside, it's building, so it's good. So as you can see, I have, I don't know if you can see that. As you can see, I have a little baby that's hopefully it will pop out soon. And the roots are really tiny. Like, these are the roots, but when I started putting this one or propagating this one in the water, it's growing slowly. But look at it now. I probably accumulated a lot of roots from the coco coir. So I'm going to repot this one. I'm going to place that for now here. And then here, I don't have any left for Monstera. Like I've told you, I have the Monstera albo variegated or variegata, and when it came, that was winter time last year. On the picture it was really good, and then I got it from Thailand and it didn't survive. You know, I paid it too much for it, and I feel like I just lost my money. I actually paid it for $300. And yes, and that's how crazy I am getting plants from international. So for this one, I have this since last year, and I've been struggling. I almost killed this plant because I over fertilize it, and all the leaves turned yellow. Like I don't know what person from Instagram, he told me that, oh, because maybe I over fertilize it, and I was thinking yes, because I used a different fertilizer at that time, and I did not follow the instructions. Guys, if you are using any chemicals in your plants, make sure to follow the instructions. So anyhow, let's jump into it. I am going to take this from the bottle. Ooh. Done. My baby is here beside me, so the roots are pretty good in growing medium. Like, I should have known this before, like, you know, but then my Monstera albo didn't really survive in sphagnum moss. Didn't really survive in the water either. Like I said, maybe because of the stress coming to Canada, and if only I knew. I just started using growing medium like 3 months ago. I've gotten a lot of roots in here. It's not too far from you guys, but hopefully you can see it. And I am going to place this one in this little box. So my baby's just giving this one speed. So guys, that's all for today for my repotting session. I hope you guys like watching my video. If you like this, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. If you have any questions, you can always comment down below and direct message me on my Instagram at PlantsWithAbel, and I will see you soon on my next video.